and find comfort in the quiet corner of her wildest dreams. And my goodness, that rings true for me. I've been an entrepreneur since I was 19, and to be completely honest with you, I thought success equaled money. And I can tell you, for all of those years since I was 19, I might have made the money and had the success that way, but I was always stressed out and terrified. And it literally took cancer bringing me to my knees to help me reassess what was important in life and really what I wanted to do with the second half of it. And now I realize success is taking a dog like Porter over here. And any of you who follow us on Instagram, you know Porter.
My baby.
Yeah, your baby. He is the sweetest soul of an animal that Brian and I rescued from Texas. And this is a boy that had no future. We literally got him the day he was to be euthanized just because they were out of space. Now, what's my success today? Every time I take a dog that has nothing, no future, nobody cares about them, they're literally going to be put to sleep. And we pull them, and we get them adopted into a home that gives them a future where they're going to be treated like queens and kings. And that's success for me today. So that's really all I want to say. I really appreciate your support. If you haven't bought a copy of the book yet, you can do so here. If you bought one with you, I'm happy to sign it, meet you guys. It's very, very overwhelming to me to see all the faces here and know that all these dog lovers are here for one purpose, and that is to continue loving our dogs, continue looking out for those that don't have a voice for themselves, and I think together we make a pretty effective team. So what do we do now, Marty? Marty? Marty! Help me, Marty! I tell you, this is my first book signing.
Well, now might be a good time if you wanted to be nicer. So, and then
She's supposed to read something she wrote, not something somebody else wrote.
Okay.
Yeah. Once upon a time. Oh, that's not so Saturday, I forgot. When I was out here for cancer treatment, my family actually lived back in Indiana. We did not have a dog. For those of you that have followed our story, you may or may not know that when my wonderful husband and I got married, he had one request, which was what?
No dog.
Yeah, that works.
Don't say that with pride.
They have lots of dogs at their house right now. They have lots right now. They're fostering.
It changed. Change is possible. You can't change them, you know. Yeah, so when I was out here for radiation, we had a business back in Indiana. Brian was taking care of all of it. He was raising my 2 girls. He was taking care of the house. We had 4 restaurants. And he didn't have his business partner, which was me. I mean, I was trying not to die here in Scottsdale. And I went through radiation treatment, and it was a really hard decision for me to do that. And I decided, or I guess I realized that when you go through something so scary like cancer, where everything seems to be out of your control, you try to find little things you can control because somehow it makes you feel better. And they're stupid things. Like I decided that I was going to buy a bicycle, and I was going to ride my bike to radiation every day, which is kind of silly in September in Scottsdale, you're already, fighting a deadly disease to, ride your bike when it's 110 degrees outside. But that was sort of me, like giving the proverbial FU as I rode by, like, I still got this, right? I'm going to go down, I'm going to go down fighting, and that's exactly what I did. Long story short, I had to buy a bike, so I went to these people's house. They had a bike on next door. Went inside, they opened their sliding glass door, a little dog ran in. So a dog was the furthest thing from my mind. I was a wreck, our family, we were barely holding it together. This dog ran up to me, I got down on my knees, it put a little leg on each side of my waist, and it buried its head in my chest. And I sat there for a moment, and I just felt this wave of energy just go whoosh. And it was the first positive energy, the first charge that I had in all those years, and I'd already been battling this for a couple years at that point, and I was like, still, it gives me goosebumps today. I was like, what was that? And I knew at that moment that the universe was telling me that I needed a dog. It just wasn't explaining to me how I was going to tell my husband. That came later. Anyway, so that's kind of how this journey got started. I hope I tried to adopt that dog, but she was already taken. And yeah, thankfully, probably that worked out the best way. But the universe always knows what it's doing. And when I finally got to go back home, Katie, my daughter, who's somewhere here, she had a really hard time with my diagnosis, and in fact, I didn't know how hard a time she was having because I was out here for 7 months, and I was going through an epic battle of my own, not just physically but emotionally. And I almost lost this girl. I got a call one morning that she had left a suicide note while I was here. And as you know, that's no parent ever wants that call. And Katie and I were able to reconnect, and obviously she's doing great today. But it was really a wake-up call for me. And I told her, I said, just hold on for one more day. I'll hold on too, and we can do this together, and I'll be home soon, and we can start again. Which was great, and we did get to start again, but we didn't really get to start again because neither of us knew how to bridge this gap and how to kind of rebuild this relationship. And so it was strained until the day that we adopted Stella. And I walked into the adoption event, and I said a little prayer. I said, don't just send me home with any dog. Send me home with the dog that I'm supposed to have. And I had to be content with leaving that day without a dog because I wanted the right one. I wanted the one that would give me that whoosh of energy. And so we went in, I found Stella, we adopted her, and that day, February 13th, right Katie? 2016, Katie and I instantly rebonded with each other as we fell in love with this beautiful creature. That day is the most important day because that day, Stella gave me my daughter back.